With Sigma Schedule, we'll first start a full reschedule. So all of the line items will be cleared out, and then they will be rescheduled based on their setting in the job. We can do forward scheduling to get your parts done as soon as possible, and backward scheduling to get them done just in time. We can also take into account which parts are nested with which other parts, so that we can order which nests should be cut in a particular order to get your parts out in the most efficient manner. Next, we can assign or release that work out to the shop floor. So we can see a list of all of our workstations here on the left. Here we have some press brakes, some grinding stations, a paint booth, some lasers, and a plasma table. I can view all my unassigned programs for all my various machines. And I can see things like material, thickness, when they're scheduled to start, information like that. Then I can see my unassigned operations, which would be all the secondaries, bending, painting, grinding, things like that. I can then auto-assign all the work that's supposed to run in the next day or so. So the system will automatically assign all of the programs and then all of the secondary operations that come after it. So we can see here a bunch of laser programs are here at the bottom with my plasma programs. I can select one and it will show me the operations that come after it. So that program has parts that have to go to grinding and bending afterwards. I can select on any of the laser programs and it'll show me the same. I can also select on a secondary operation and see where the previous operations are. I can also correct the schedule on the fly to account for disruptions. Here I'm going to go turn a few of my workstations off. Maybe they're down or the operator isn't there to operate the machine. And I can ask the system to resolve my schedule for today, not for the next 2 or 3 weeks or months, but just for today's work. And all of the work will be reassigned to workstations that have available capacity. So we can see that that laser and those grinding got turned off. Now for the laser or plasma operators, they have a screen here that shows them a graphical representation of the nest, the programs, the parts. They can view all the programs for various machines. They can either also change the color by settings. So for example, if I want to color all the parts by the next operation to help with the unloading process, I can reject parts by selecting them and providing a reason. I can also swap the sheet. If it was programmed with a certain sheet and I want to use a different one, I can update the inventory. I can also start the programs and finish them. This records the actual time that can be reported, and I can update the program to tell the system that all the parts are complete. Next, I can, and for anyone on the shop floor, we can clock in for payroll purposes. Here I can just type in a code, or I can scan a barcode like a badge. I can clock in. It'll immediately take me back to the front page. When I badge in again, I can then do things like starting my break or clocking out. We have an application here for CTL, so if you have CTL programs that you've posted, similar to the previous screen, you can see your nests. You can start, stop, and update. For your secondary operations, bending, welding, painting, grinding, whatever your secondary operations might be, you can see a list of your parts. Go back to bending. You can see if they're scheduled, whether or not they're ready based on the prior operation. You can see due dates, pictures of the parts, quantities, and other info like, for example, which workstation those parts are assigned to. When I'm ready to process a part, I will grab the part and come onto the timer page. I can see the machine that I'm processing on at the top. It's a little bit of info about the parts. If there's labor notes, I will see those as well. I can start the timer, add some setup time, I can finish the operation, set things like how many quantity I completed, and then finish the operation.